humans have been gathering honey for over 8,000 years, and you'll find it in all sorts of things, from medicines and cosmetics, and of course, it's a great ingredient to use when cooking. Now today, you'll find all types of honey at the supermarket, and Jack's gonna tell us more.
Yeah, we actually tasted 15 honeys.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you're only doing 4 today. Everything you're gonna taste is raw. Most of them are unfiltered. And you're really gonna have a lot of fun with this. So you can dig in.
Okay.
Now, when you're shopping, probably the most important thing is you wanna buy raw honey.
Okay.
If heat is applied, it will slow down the crystallization process. So there's a reason why they might apply heat, but it destroys flavor.
Yeah.
And so you really wanna get the nuance of whatever those bees were living with. And so heat is the enemy of complex flavor. Yeah.
This is going to be good.
This is really
I'm
good.
already liking this.
So the second thing is, are you getting a blended or polyfloral honey, which means that the bees were eating lots of different things as opposed to a monofloral. It's kind of what it sounds like, is that the bees are predominantly getting nectar from a single plant. A minimum of 20%, typically up to 60% coming from that plant. So you might get buckwheat or tupelo or orange blossom, and that would be, if the majority of the lifespan of the bees was spent with those flowers, then it's a monofloral.
Okay.
Those are going to be much more diverse.
Yeah.
Everything from marshmallows to peat to citrusy, depending on the flower and plants that the bees are living with.
Whoa, that is a distinctive flavor.
Yeah, so what is that?
It reminds me of when I smell bourbon, sort of that sort of aged smoky oak, almost like it was by a campfire.
And I think that's the beauty of the monoflorals. It's almost like wine in the sense it's reflecting the terroir. And if it's from the fall, it can have a much stronger flavor than if it's an early season honey. And so...
Well, this one's a different color.
Yeah.
Not to tell you the obvious.
Yeah, so this is a creamed honey. So typically crystallization is kind of the enemy, right? So creamed honey, they're trying to get it to crystallize. They're actually adding a little bit of crystallized honey to the rest of the honey, or they're actually whipping it to sort of encourage the formation of crystallization. And basically you get something like lemon curd texture. Like, think of this, if I brought you a warm buttery scone.
Oh, it is kind of just a natural topping.
Yeah, cornbread. It's really, think of it almost like instead of jam.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful creamed honey. This is obviously super creamy. It's got a sort of floral flavor, I think. You said smoke?
Smoky, tree, campfire. This was fruity. And you kept naming fruits, and every time you named a fruit, I think, oh, that's it, oh, that's it. I originally thought cherry, but then you said orange. And so yeah, very distinctive fruity flavor. And this one, this is what I grew up with. I grew up with the honey bear. This was the flavor. I always think it's clover or something kind of generic.
Okay, let's start down at the end.
Okay.
So this is Nature Nate's. This is the best-selling honey in the US. We like it. It is a raw, unfiltered honey. It is polyfloral, so it's got a middle-of-the-road flavor in the sense that no one attribute is standing out.
Yeah.
It's sweet, it's delicious, it's complex, but it doesn't immediately scream one single flavor note.
That's right.
This one is from a company called Brightland, and it's orange blossom. And you mentioned citrus, and I really feel like you get the fruitiness, and there's a little bit of acidity to it as well that balances some of the sweetness, because of course honey is really sweet.
Yeah, it's a distinctive flavor. That would be fun to cook with.
Yeah, and these are really delicious if you want to make like baklava or some honey-forward dessert. That would be a great choice.
And then this one, this wild child.
Yeah, so this is Bee Harmony. Now this is buckwheat.
Oh, okay.
And so buckwheat honeys have a much darker color, more robust, you said smoke, tobacco notes, roasted, oak. I mean, it is big, it's bold. I think if you were trying to make something delicate, this might be a lot in this, but it's so delicious. Like, think of this as over pancakes. Any place you'd want to use maple syrup, buckwheat honey is nice because it's got a lot of personality. And then this last one is from a company called Shelburne Honey Company, and it's a creamed honey. And we just thought it was really delicious. It's sort of mild and floral and creamy and wonderful.
I love it. Thank you, Jack, for walking me through all this.
So I got to ask, so you're going to get to take one home. Who's coming home with you?
You know what? I would go with this guy. It was such an unusual flavor. I wasn't expecting almost that molassesy sort of nuance, that heartiness. I would actually use this in a lot of savory cooking just to give a little oomph.
All right, I think I can arrange for a bottle to go home with you tonight.
Thank you, Jack. Clearly, there's a lot to learn here about honey.
There is.
And if you want to learn even more, check out our website. For full episodes of your favorite cooking shows, head over to ATK's Full Episodes channel on YouTube. You can stream complete seasons of America's Test Kitchen, Cook's Country, and more. See you there.